to transfer, sir.
My lord, the reason, my lord, is only this much. My lord, in fact, my lord, the reason is really what your lordships have said in the earlier judgment, my lord, where your lordships refused to transfer.
Refuse to transfer?
Yes, that is, my lord, in the Reserve Bank case.
All
Your
right.
lordships refused. But kindly see what your lordships have said at para 17.
Is that your only ground?
My lord,
Is that the only ground?
my lord, this is one of the ground. I tell you, let me point out what we have said. This is one of the ground. Kindly now see, my lord, what your lordships have said at para 17.
Kapil.
My lord, it's not a question of what the result of the investigation will be. The question, my lord, is that every investigation must inspire public confidence. And it is a matter of viewing the public confidence from the point of view of the circumstances of the case. So, my lord, kindly see what your lordships have said para 17. And I believe, my lord, that this case falls fully within the scope of what your lordships have said in para 17. It is a matter of record that a sitting member of the Legislative Assembly and certain high functionaries are allegedly involved in the alleged misappropriation of funds. When ministers or high functionaries who are involved in particular allegations and those allegations are being investigated into, such investigations must be entrusted to independent agencies which are not under the control of the state government. And it is only then it would instill public confidence in the investigation or provide credibility to such investigation. But that cannot be an interpretation of section. So that's it. Then your lordship got into the provisions of the Reserve Bank of India Act. I'm not concerned.
35A cannot.
That's it. I'm not going to worry. I'm not going to trouble you. But the whole emphasis, my lord, is that here is the Chief Minister of the state who is directly involved in the matter, according to us. Well, and then, my lord, 17A permission has been upheld, granted to the governor. That's it. The appeal, my lord, we are not concerned with that. Now, today, my lord, all that we are saying is, let this matter be entrusted to an agency which is not under the control of the state government. And that is the reason why, my lord, your lordship said, let me see the investigation. What you have done. Lord, please see the investigation. Ultimately, my lord, whatever I may say, that it should be transferred to an agency outside the state and not under the control of the state government. My learned friends may oppose it. Your lordships are fully aware of the facts of the case because your lordships have heard this matter, my lord, for days and days. Ultimately, my lord, it is a question of how your lordships feel. 1 minute, let me complete. I mean, I am please.
Respondent number 12
I'll get back to you, sir.
on suppression by Mr. Raghavan's clients.
The way, sir. I'll
On
get back to you, sir.
suppression.
Mr. Dave, I think I am entitled to
Or I
be
was
heard
entitled
completely
to
without
Mr.
interference from you.
Raghavan, you should have joined
Please.
me as a party in the first round. You have
Why don't you have your say when your turn comes, not interrupt me.
against my back.
Please.
Tell the
I mean,
court that.
this is not the way it's done, my lord.
Please
I
tell
strongly
the court.
object to what my learned friend does.
All right. Yes, you continue. I'll get back to you, sir.
Yeah, let him have his say. I will not interrupt him. He
Yes.
can be assured about it. My lord, your lordships are fully aware of the facts of the case. Therefore, my lord, I don't think I want to detain your lordships into telling your lordships what the facts of the case are, independent of what your lordships' findings are. Now, my lord, the only question, therefore, is as to whether your lordships think that this is the case where, having regard to the transparency in investigation and public confidence in investigation, whether this is a matter which should be entrusted to the agency like CBI. Now, it's ultimately the court's view, my lord. So, however much I may say it should be done, however much my learned friends say it should not be done, ultimately, my lord, it is not a case where we are trying to educate your lordships on what the facts of the case are, because I think your lordships knows the facts of the case fully. Now, therefore, my lord, my respectful submission is your lordships. Therefore, my lord, in order to satisfy your lordship that the investigation is going on the right lines, not the conclusion of the investigation. That, of course, my lord, your lordships are not concerned with it. None of us are concerned with it. In order to ensure that the investigation is not being procrastinated, in order to ensure that the investigation is going on the right lines, your lordships ask the state to produce before your lordships, in order that your lordships may be satisfied, the investigation record, let them produce it.
Well, let them comply with the office of objection by service of everybody. Before he starts arguing, let the process be complete. Your lordship, we should notice.
This is the whole object.
May I, with your lordship's permission, Malad, have word? Is it
Yes,
possible?
sir.
Malad, there are three issues that
Sir,
arise.
you're appearing for?
I'm preparing for the state, Malad.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
getting along with the
Yes,
activity. Malad, there are three issues that arise.
Yes, sir.
Number one, Malad, no proceedings for transfer of any investigation can take place without the presence of those who are alleged to be accused in the case.
Yes, yes.
That's number one.
Yes, sir.
No, before such a thing can be argued, mothers, they have to be present in court.
All right.
Number,
Now
Number-
only R12 is represented, 9 to 11 are not.
that's what I'm saying, mothers. Everybody
Yes.
has to be present, mothers. That's all I'm
Yes.
saying.
Yes.
Number two, mothers. The matter is pending before the division bench. Of course, there is no stay, and your lordships mentioned it in the morning.
Yes.
But my request to your lordships is let's assume, mothers, your lordships is inclined to or transfers the matter to the CBI.
Yes, sir.
Our appeal will become infructuous.
No, your appeal is not to transfer to the CBI?
Yes, their
Which
appeal.
appeal?
One appeal.
There is-
One of my appeals.
Notice was issued and call for records.
Huh.
Your
That is-
appeal number
But
1719.
the main appeal is not for transfer of the
No, no,
CBI.
no.
No,
that-
1719 is.
No,
Yes.
All right.
That will
And
become
noted, Lord.
infructuous. That
The
will
order-
become-
No,
Yes, yes,
that should have
yes,
been told to the division bench, and division bench should have pressed for an interim.
No,
order.
the division
did.
bench said you mentioned
They
it to the next single judge. I'm sorry, but I was there. Therefore, I'm saying this.
Yes.
The division bench said, please mention it to the learned single judge. Right? That's the second issue, Maharaj, that I wish to
Yes.
raise.
Yes, sir.
The third issue, which is even more important, is, Maharaj, at this point in time, Maharaj, the problem is there are many constitutional issues involved in this, Maharaj, which
Yes.
have been indicated by me in the appeal, Maharaj. It is my humble request to your lordships, Maharaj, that heavens are not going to fall, Maharaj, because the investigation is going on by the Lokayukt. Heavens are not going to fall if your lordships adjourns this matter so that the appeal court can decide. Or if your lordships think that your lordships wants to continue with the matter, then, Maharaj, this application that has been moved should be rejected formally, Maharaj, so that some
Which
order can be-
application for adjournment.
Yes, it should be rejected formally so that,
Yes.
Maharaj, some action can be taken. These are my three requests to your lordships, and I leave it to your lordship.
Yes.
In any case, this cannot continue till such time as everybody is present. And number four, Maharaj, is a request, Maharaj, to the other side. They made some personal allegations against the Advocate General, Maharaj.
Personal
Litigation,
allegations where,
Let me kindly see, my lord.
they are sending letters and they are published in newspapers
what
saying
personal
you are
allegations?
biased. They are biased, and it's very unfortunate.
Your worship,
Litigation of this nature should be fought, Maharaj, on a level playing field, Maharaj,
but
as litigation should be
What is
fought.
this? Your petitioner.
your worship, can you see next document, my lord?
No, Raghavan sir. I think you should ask your client to encourage
Of course, Lord.
restraint.
I didn't know.
No,
I
but
didn't
it's
know.
not-
Matter is sub judice.
Of course, Lord. I agree, my lord.
Matter is
I
sub
don't
judice,
think-
and
Amara,
these things should not.
I don't think I am going to even whisper a defense. If
Maharaj,
this is being
number-
done by my client, it is improper, and I'm going to tell him that he should not do it.
Number four, Maharaj, this is
I agree,
important.
my lord. I agree with my learned friend, and I bow down to what your lordships are saying.
Number four,
All,
Maharaj,
all of you, the parties, stakeholders should encourage restraint.
Well, I
Well,
didn't know,
matter
my
is
lord.
sub judice, we can
I
decide it.
got to know
Yes.
about it only now. We didn't know it all.
Yes.
Maharaj,
I-
number
in fact,
four.
my
One second.
On behalf of the petitioner, I apologize to my lord.
No, that doesn't
No,
matter.
this- no, I mean,
Number
except-
four,
No, no,
Maharaj,
it should not be
I'm a
done.
learned friend, my lord.
It should not be done. I agree, my lord. It should not be done. No, no, no.
Maharaj,
Yes.
I have, there is another application, I believe, that has been filed for making an ED the party in these proceedings. If such an
Not
application
listed, my
is
lord.
taken
Just
on
because
record,
why?
Maharaj,
We have filed.
Ah.
Yes.
We have filed an application to
Just-
implead the Enforcement Directorate also as a party to.
in which case, Maharaj, we
No, no,
will
it is
have
not
to
listed.
file a reply. I'm just
I
let
got
me,
it.
All
Of
right,
course.
all right.
in which case we have to file a reply to that application,
Of
Maharaj.
course.
We strongly object to it, but we'll give our reasons for that, Maharaj. So therefore, these are the four reasons I have, Maharaj, which I want to place before your lordship.
So we will consider one by one the submissions, and I'll pass orders. Now, the first thing is they have to be served. I asked the council to take notice. He said he will not take notice. So anyway, serve them by hand summons.
The petitioner will have to do.
No, 9 to 11.
No, the petitioner will have to serve.
Is that true? I'm not asking you.
Now,
The other day, Shivan was present. I asked him to take notice. He said he took notice and came to me. No, no, I don't want to take the risk of taking
Petitioner is taking, advocate general is taking
My lord,
notice.
in the writ appeal, my lord, filed against the order issuing notice, my learned friend has taken notice is what I'm given to understand.
ಯಾರು?
For the state.
ನೀವಲ್ಲ sir.
ಯಾರಿಗೆ?
Private parties, already they are represented.
ನಾವು ಈ ಕಡೆ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ ಯಾರಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ
ಯಾರು ಅವರಲ್ಲ?
ಅಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟೀಸ್
ಯಾರಿಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ
ನೀವಲ್ಲ sir, ನೀವಲ್ಲ.
No, where is will direct and to be served by way of hand summons. Because on the other day I asked him, then he
I
took
know, I
notice and he said,
I-
I won't take notice.
I remember.
That's all right. Yes.
Take it.
The first submission. The learned counsel, learned senior counsel KG Raghavan would make his preliminary submissions. The learned senior counsel Kapil Sibal, representing the state, would submit that the matter cannot be taken up for the reason that the prayer that is sought is for reference to the hands of the Central Bureau of, reference of the investigation to the hands of the Central Bureau of Investigation, and respondents 9 to 11 against whom this said direction is sought are yet to be served. And therefore, the service of notice should be effected at the outset for any submission to be even considered, albeit preliminary. Therefore, I deem it appropriate to direct the petitioners to serve the respondents 9 to 11 by way of hand summons.
Can I make one submission, my lord? In the writ appeal that has
Or-
been filed,
Ah.
they are represented, there is an order that your lordship passed last time, my lord, issuing notice. In that writ appeal, these respondents have been represented
No,
by
ma'am.
counsel.
No,
One minute.
not correct.
Sir, order ಇದೆ.
But I have filed,
Not
Mr.
correct.
Raghavan.
ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ.
All right, if somebody is accepting
Somebody
notice,
accepted, my lord.
ಅದಲ್ಲಿದೆ.
it is the learned senior counsel KG Raghavan at this juncture would submit that against the order dated 5/12, 5/11/20, 5/11 adu, 5/11/2024, a writ appeal is preferred in writ appeal,
1719 of 24, my
writ
lord.
appeal 1719 of 2020,
19.
1719 of 2024. And the councils, and he would request that the councils representing the appellants therein can be served upon.
Correct.
It is open for the petitioner to serve on the councils who represents the appellants. Appellants.
Not
in the-
appellant, lord.
No,
Appellant
no,
is
not appellant.
one.
The appellant, my lord, is only respondent number 12.
Then
We are
who
now talking about respondents number
Well,
9, 10 and 11. But
they-
they are also respondents in that writ appeal.
are they represented there?
Yes,
they
answer to your
accepted
lordship
service.
is yes.
By whom?
My lord,
They accepted service.
They accepted, is it?
yes, yes, yes.
Hello, who are the councils?
Who are the councils? Give me the names, no?
I think
Mr.
Mr.
Satavish Shivanna,
Of course, I told him only to take notice. He took and he wriggled out of it later. It's all right. Yes.
ತಗೋತೀರಾ sir?
ಶಿವಣ್ಣ ಇದಾರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ?
He is not here.
Hmm.
He is represented, my lord.
Yes, you can serve on him. If he accepts it, fine. Otherwise, hand summon.
Okay, very well.
Apart from the advocate on record is permitted to serve on counsel Sri Shatabdi Shivanna, who is said to have accepted notice for the respondents 9 to 11, who are respondents in the writ appeal as well. The next submission. What was the next submission?
Adjournment.
Adjournment, application.
Now,
ED
we
has
have
filed.
made an
1 minute.
application to plead.
Yeah.
ED, man.
They have made an
ED.
application.
ED application. The learned counsel, who has filed it? You have filed the
Yeah.
application. The learned senior counsel KG Raghavan would submit that he has filed another application seeking impleadment of the Enforcement Directorate into these proceedings. The learned senior counsel Dushyant and senior counsel Kapil Sibal would seek time to file objections to the said application seeking impleadment of the Enforcement Directorate as party respondent to these proceedings. The objection, a week's time, sir?
Whatever is reasonable, Malak.
A week's
Lord,
time,
They
therefore,
they have taken 20 years to come to your lordship's court. Kindly grant Lord sufficient time. Lord, there is no hurry. Your lordship
all right.
knows this is all
No,
in the
we'll
realm of
do
politics.
it. Well, for application, objections to the application should be enough, sir. Yes,
No, I must
a
say one
week's
thing.
time is granted.
Lord,
to
one thing
file-
to correct the order. I don't
Sir.
think, Lord, notice was accepted in my matter on behalf of respondents, concerned respondents, Lord. Only
That is
emergent
what-
notice was issued to 9 to 12. So council's
exactly
name is
what
not
happened.
mentioned.
Then serve it by hand summons.
Yes, I
But
just.
if they accept, well and good. If they
Order
don't, we'll
comes
send it by
correctly.
hand.
Then
Your
affidavit.
lordship have said it. I'm not able to fathom my learned friend's
So
objection.
that's all right.
No,
Why
the
is-
order, Mr. Raghavan, I'm only pointing out what is recorded in the order. Please
Very-
keep the order
Yes,
ready.
that's
Division.
all right. So and so. The objections to the said application be filed by the next date. The list this matter on What date is 10th? Alva?
Let
List
it
the
come up
matter
after
on
25th.
18th December.
25th, Lord,
Sir,
day 18 December.
From 20th, we are on vacation.
Lord,
Caribbean
kindly
17th.
keep it post vacation, Lord. There is no great
That
urgency.
we'll do it on the next day if it's needed.
17th.
No,
List
why,
the
Lord?
matter on, list the matter on 17th at 2:30 PM. Objections, if any, only to the application seeking impleadment of the Enforcement Directorate as party respondent to these proceedings. The
Well, that's-
learned counsel representing the Lokayukta was directed to place on record the record of investigation that has happened till the date on which it's taken up.
Earlier 26/11.
Well, can your lordships have it on the 18th, not 17th, Malaj? If your
All
lords
right,
don't.
18th, all right.
I had also indicated to your lordships, Malaj, that if your lordships takes up the matter and passes any final order, it would render the, according
No,
to me.
I'll consider that on 18th.
Lord,
Or-
I have
Because let
personal
the
difficulty.
others be served now.
Lord, I have personal difficulty after 17. Could your lordships keep it in reopening?
No,
Because
sir,
I would like to be
we'll-
personally present. This is not a
on-
matter which
on
can be
that day-
argued virtually.
On
It
that
can
day,
be
we will do it, sir. Let the objections come.
I have some difficulty on 17th.
17th, 18th, all of you have
18th.
difficulties. We'll keep it on the 19th.
Lord, kindly keep it post vacation.